Welcome back to the Connors and Ferris High School Sports Show, brought to you by Salvatore's Pizza. Steve Bradley and Jeff DeVeronica, joined right now on the Special Tees Hotline by Jen Haggerty, the Alpine ski coach at Victor High School, also the Monroe County coordinator. Jen, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Let's just surprise her right now, Steve. You're our G&G Fitness Coach of the Week. This goes to a coach who is a great advocate for their kids, for their sport. And we know from our work at the Democrat and Chronicle, you've been very instrumental in helping get more publicity for alpine skiers, not just your own, but around Section 5, and helping us when we were the newspaper to make sure alpine skiing became an all greater Rochester sport. So congratulations, and thank you to G&G Fitness for sponsoring our Coach of the Week. So thank you for the congratulations, Jen.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot.
So tell us, how did you become a ski coach? Now, did you ski growing up?
Yes.
Okay.
I started skiing when I was 2 at Ski Valley, which is no longer in operation, but it's, as a crow flies, it's about a mile from Bristol in Naples. And I ski raced there, and I grew up there, and I also grew up at Victor High School, and we did not have a ski team. I did then race in college and moved back to Rochester, and some people said, can you come help us out at Hunt Hollow? And I've been there ever since.
So you're the club racing coach at Hunt Hollow in addition, but I wanted you to talk, Jen, about this season, right? Because 2020, so glad it's in the rearview mirror. Now we've got clearance for some of the high-risk sports be coming back, but you worked really hard to get this alpine skiing off the ground on time and to make sure that everybody was included. Could you talk a little bit about, what's new this season and how it all came together?
Sure. First of all, it wasn't only me. We have a bunch of coaches in Section 5 that I work with on a regular basis. We're really, really close. The mountains have been wonderful. They've all given us things that we kind of can't do. The administrators and ADs also have been amazing. So we did work hard. We started in the summer, and some of the things that are different and some of the things that are the same, it's really different for us that we don't have this dinner. We used to have this dinner in between our races. So we would race one run, and then the kids would go in and eat, and then they come back out and race another run. So we can't do that now. And it's been fine. The kids have not, maybe they've missed it. They definitely haven't told me that they've missed it. And the reason being is that they're all amazing. They all feel really lucky and really fortunate. And we are so happy the high-risk sports can come back. But when we started our conversations, like in November, we started in the summer, but when we really started our conversations on ski racing, we were really excited, and we were really fortunate to get to go and ski race. However, we all did have a little pit in our stomachs about the kids that weren't able to do their sports. So we spent a lot of time planning, like, how is it going to be safe? And what can we do to keep the kids safe? We also spent a really long time, and not just myself, but all of the coaches in Section 5, as well as probably the other sections, telling the kids, like, what you do now will actually help the kids in the spring. So if we can do this, if we can all mask up, if we can be socially distant, we can ski. And then there's a possibility that kids can play lacrosse and football and baseball and wrestling and all those things. The kids were amazing. They took it really seriously. And I can speak for my Victor kids, but I think all the kids in Section 5 that I've seen are really doing an amazing job. I mean, it's pretty easy for us. We wear masks, we have gloves, we have goggles, we have our own equipment, all that stuff.
You're already protected. Now, but let's go back. Let's go on the way back machine to the mid-90s. I want to get to the story of how you helped start the program at Victor. How did that come to be, the Alpine ski team?
So I grew up ski racing at Ski Valley in Naples, and I went to high school in Victor. and we didn't have a high school team. And I raced with a lot of kids from Irondequoit and Fairport, Pittsford, all those places. And when we got to be high school kids, they all went and raced for their high school, and Victor didn't have one. I actually, in high school, multiple times sat with Ed Ahonen. I don't know if you remember him, but he was the AD at the time, and he would say, "Oh, Jen, we just don't have people to race and whatnot." So then I ski raced in college, and I was hired by Hunt Hollow as soon as I came home to coach kids, and I've been there ever since. But in the meantime, I bought my parents' home in Victor and had 4 kids, and they all skied and wanted to race, and they wanted to race for their high school. So I went to Ron Whitcomb, and I said, "How do we start a ski team?"
The athletic director at the time.
So we put it.
Yep.
Yes. One of my favorite people. So he was really great. He said, "Jen, you got to have a budget, and you got to have a coach, and you got to have athletes and all that stuff." So we worked through all that. It took about a year. And then he asked me, "Well, who's going to coach?" And I actually got my younger brother to coach for a couple of years. And then he took a teaching job in HFL. And so then there was another opening. Then they used some of my coaches from Hunt Hollow, and that was fine. And then they moved on. And then Ron actually asked me to coach, and I had kids on the team, 2 at the time, my oldest 2 daughters. And I said, "I can't coach them." And he said, "Why not?" And so he would send me articles on parents coaching kids and how it could be done. And so I took the job, and that was 12 years ago. So it's been amazing.
What do you like most about coaching, Jen?
The kids. I love the kids. They're amazing. The really nice thing about ski racing, and I guess it's probably like track. I was trying to think before I came on how I could compare it. You know, we have boys and girls, JV and varsity. I have some, not this year, but in the past, we've had kids in junior high, all the way up to seniors in high school. So we have this wide range of kids, and they're amazing. They get along really well. And so I love the kids, and I actually obviously love the sport. So I have a passion for coaching skiing, and
it's not just your own
great
kids.
to see them.
I work in Irondequoit. I know you have an Irondequoit. The only alpine skier in the district of West Irondequoit is skis for Victor this year and practices with Victor. That's Hannah Spitz. So that's kind of cool too. Do you guys do that often, where you take skiers from other schools if they don't have a team to race on?
Yeah, most of our coaches in Section 5 do take teams. They're called teams of 1, and we do it as much as we can. If somebody reaches out and we happen to know the kids or the parents or whatever, we will definitely take the kids, and it just makes it better for our sport. We did have other West Irondequoit kids in the past also. So the Cook children, who all raced for us at Hunt Hollow, raced for Victor as well. And it's actually a really great thing. The kids, it's great to see kids come from another school, be able to walk into our school, into our weight room, and watch the kids on our team interact with them. They've been very welcoming. It's just a really nice thing to do.
And one of your children, Lucy, was a fantastic skier. Were there kids that got multiple daughters and sons of yours that were AGR, or just Lucy? All good.
Lucy was only AGR. Yeah.
Okay, I do remember that.
But my daughter Maddie was 2015, I believe, and she went to states every year and did really well. I don't know that we had AGR then, but she's also my assistant coach at Victor.
Well, that's cool.
That's
well,
awesome.
we appreciate you coming on the show and talking a little bit about what alpine skiing is like, and it's really cool to see the way your kids advocated for other kids who might have not have gotten a chance to get back into the athletic arena, indoor or outdoor. It's great to see that the high-risk sports are coming back real soon, and congrats on being our coach of the week.
Oh, thank you.
That's Jen Haggerty, folks, and that's another edition, Steve Bradley, of the Connors and Ferris High School Sports Show. Steve, we're getting ready for the games coming up. We got another week to wait, but they're coming back.
I know, might have to be the preview edition next week. We'll get after it. That's for
We'll do
sure.
some scouting. We'll do some scouting this week. Thanks for listening, folks. We'll be back again next week, 9 a.m. You've been listening to the Connors and Ferris High School Sports Show. We're brought to you by Salvatore Pizza. Have a great week, everybody.